So let's look at some analytics stuff too. Just like there is Google Analytics, there's YouTube Analytics too. Have you guys seen YouTube Analytics? Yeah? Okay. Well, some of you maybe not. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. This really helps us to measure our audience size. So because the job here is, first you want to attract an audience, and then you want to try and engage with your audience, and you want to retain your audience. Those are really the three big things that we're measuring for. And there's all kinds of different ways that they give us to look at how big an audience are you attracting, how many of them are engaging with you, and how many of them are repeat. And that's another focus of engagement. So, for instance, this is like the macro view that you get when you look at the YouTube Analytics page. And what this shows me is that, for instance, over the last March 17th to April 13th, which is when I put this slide together, I had a total of 278 minutes of my videos viewed. So maybe 4.5 hours or so by all sorts of people, right? The average time was 1 minute and 44 seconds. So people are actually engaging with it to some degree. Minute 44 is a healthy amount of time when you think about, the fact that people could get down there and immediately leave. Now, the watch time is 278, composed of 159 people who watched my stuff over those 3-4 weeks. Now, I'm not doing anything to monetize right now, so I don't have anything there. But that would be a function of audience size, or my overall mass appeal. Now, they also give it to you as a breakdown in terms of titles. So, according to this, I've got one thing out there that I did in a classroom about a year ago. Talks about the role of, pre-testing research in advertising. That was the title of the video. And for some reason, this gets a lot of vision watching. 95 minutes watched in the last 3 or 4 weeks out of 42 views. It's not bad. That means that they're watching it for more than 2 minutes.
Is this under your channel?
Yeah, this is all on my channel.
So you don't get analytics unless you have channel.
Right. And then this also would show you.
What constitutes channel? How many videos do you have?
One is a channel. A channel is a page.
Okay.
It's like having your own Facebook page, versus just going on Facebook to surf other people's pages. Okay, that's really all that is. So this actually shows you that this is a level of engagement or shares. So this shows you that on this date I had about 9 shares, then I had another share date here. So in the 3 or 4 weeks I had about 10 shares. And then this actually looks at watch time again on a day-by-day basis, and which could be kind of interesting. I did a little bit of more homework around this thing because I was curious to know more about watch and days. So I did this, and I inserted those days of the week just so I could see, was there any kind of because when they just gave you April 4th, unless you look at a calendar, what day was that, right? So what I see is that for me, it feels like the beginning of the week is pretty good for my stuff, and then and then weekends, but not so much in the middle of the week. So I don't know how that compares to other people, but it gives me a sense of what days are good days to post, maybe. Beginning of the week and weekends when, quote, my people are looking for my stuff, or my sort of people are, whoever that is. So this goes back to those 3 rules, right? Attraction, size of my audience, retention, how long are they staying with me, and are they converting? Well, one measure of conversion is, did they share my stuff? Did they stay with me for a while, Ultimately, the ultimate conversion is when I sell them something. But remember, this is the Mount Everest trek, right? And to sell them, I have to first get them to buy into watching my stuff and paying attention. Yeah? So it's about taking them through this funnel again, in essence. Last slide. How do you plan, right? So I came up with a chart like this. This is actually not necessarily my idea. This is something that is used pretty commonly in content marketing these days, where people come up with a calendar, like an editorial calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the columns on here would be, you know, when are you going to publish? What is the objective for each piece? What media are you choosing to put this out on? Do you have a headline, or, you know, is there an example you can point to? Do you have photos or videos, or what? You know, and when do you need the content ready by? This is the same kind of process that magazines use, you know, when they're planning their content out. Here's something that's really interesting. You know the beverage brand, Red Bull, right?
Mm-hmm.
They define their company as a media company. And you know why they do that? Because this kind of marketing, content marketing on the internet, is what's driving all of their growth. So they've said, it's incredibly important to us. We might as well consider the fact that we're in publishing. If we're going to sell beverages, we're going to be in publishing. And so it's about running your business like a publishing company, even if you're a manufacturing firm, like they are. So, anyways, that's the content for tonight. I hope it was helpful.
Very good. Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Little pitch. I am very happy to meet with folks if you'd like. You know, if you guys have questions about your business or ways that I can help, I usually bill out at $150 an hour for my time, but for you, special price. You guys buy me a coffee or iced tea or lunch or something, and you got my time free for an hour. So we go from there. Anyway, thanks so much for coming out. I hope it was you. Any questions at all from anybody on anything I talked about? Yeah.
I'm definitely going to pick your brain more, but and you went into a lot about keyword strategy. I wondered if you've seen a correlation to types of videos that specifically show up on the first page of Google. So if you're searching for a term, you know, some videos will show up there among the searches, and some results don't. So is it specifically creating videos that are answering search results, or what specific type of videos, and how do you optimize to increase your likeliness that they would show up?
Well, these are the general principles to how to optimize your video. You know, so I'm not sure what else to add to what I've already said. But maybe let's talk about it more in depth, and we can get deeper into that. Yeah. Any other questions?
Well, what about when you take a word that is already branded pretty heavily and you just add a twist or add a word next to it? Can't you just get up on the same thing with them?
Yeah. Yeah. Adding a twist is basically putting, you know, searching for a term out here deeper out on the tail, you know, on the ends instead of in the middle. You're just choosing a longer keyword. Anything else?
What's the next class?
Next third Tuesday, you know, of the month, next month
What's
in
the
May.
topic?
Don't know yet.
Oh.
I think it's going to be on LinkedIn.
Ooh.
All right. Well, thanks so much.